is how I live. This is what I love. This is all the things that my dreams have been made of.
Welcome to my life. This is what I love. This is what the soundtrack to my life is made of. Music, love, life.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Music, Love, Life.
It's already wild in here already, man.
Already.
Out of control.
It's already wild
right now, ladies. I need some help. I need y'all to email, text.
You don't need no help. You're a superwoman.
Send a smoke signal or something. It's not enough estrogen in here.
You got it.
Your mistake was going on Facebook Live to talk about what we were about to talk about.
No, but you know what? You know what? This is what I should have talked about on Facebook Live that I did not. I was watching a clip earlier today on B. Scott's page, right? Gabrielle Union went on Sway's radio satellite show.
I saw that.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
And people are upset because she's saying that you should, first of all, the conversation started with her saying that women are giving out random blowjobs, right? And they're not asking anything in return. So she was like, you should ask the man to reciprocate and also to eat your groceries. And then Sway said, well, do you think that women should eat? And she said that, well, if we're reciprocating, then it has to go both ways. So she's getting slammed on Twitter, especially Black Twitter.
Well, it's pretty stupid what she said. Like, so she's saying it's okay to give random blowjobs, but just get something in return?
No, she was saying it was not okay. It was not okay. And these are people in relationships. But she was saying that, that women are not demanding sexual pleasure. And I agree.
You mean demand?
Women,
you can't demand sexual pleasure.
Men do.
We don't demand it.
See, we're getting ready to start up. We're already starting. It's already turned up in here. It's already turned up in here. I'm telling you, women can demand sexual gratification just like you all do. I don't care what you're doing.
You see how quiet it got?
Yeah, I know it got quiet, but yet a couple of weeks ago we were in here talking and Be Honest agreed that he enjoys eating groceries. So
I said I enjoyed oral pleasure. I didn't say I loved eating groceries. That's different, right?
No, not really. But
groceries is a little bit south of other.
Okay, groceries is south, but you did enjoy giving oral pleasure.
Yeah.
Are you saying that you stop at the border every time?
I didn't say that.
Okay,
but you said love, though. Yeah, I love oral sex. I'm not sure if I love eating groceries.
So you love it, and then if you accidentally slip down, it's not love. It's just...
I mean, sometimes, it's dark. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
But do you think it's something wrong with a woman acknowledging that she likes to do it? I love the fact that she admitted that. She's married. She's got, her and we don't know the ins and outs, but it seems like she's in a beautiful relationship with the love of her life. I am with Gabby. I say go all the way.
I don't think there's wrong with a woman expressing how she feels, period. Ever. Anybody, though, not just women, Black women, white women, Asians.
But you have a problem
Jews,
with the fact that
Gentiles,
that women are demanding that women should demand sexual gratification.
Well, Kevin had a good question. What does that mean? Like, how do you demand?
Well, what it's saying is I'm not going to give something that you're not giving in return, because a lot of men still claim that they do not perform oral sex. And that's
I don't know those
foolishness.
Guys. I don't know those
You don't
guys.
know any guys that say they don't.
No.
I mean, in the 70s it was cool, or the 80s, you hear like your uncles and your dad, don't eat that thing, man. It bleed for 7 days, don't die, don't eat it. You heard that.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But I mean, come on. When I was young, it wasn't taboo anymore for Black people to
eat.
Yeah. What were the people on Twitter saying, or what was Black Twitter saying?
People were just going off saying she was nasty, kind of like they did when 50 put Vivica Fox out for licking his
Women were
ass.
saying she was nasty, or men?
Women.
Yeah, men were like, where is Gabrielle at now? Does she feel like...
Is her and Dwayne gonna last, or can I holler at the sister?
Those women probably also eat the same thing she's talking about.
Now, I'm gonna go out there and say it. I don't do it.
Ever? You've never done it?
I've never done it.
Okay.
It seems extremely disgusting.
Okay.
It just seems like... it seems like Never Land. I don't want to do it.
Like Michael Jackson's estate?
No, not that. That's a good Neverland.
Like Peter Pan's home?
Just disgusting. Like I don't want to do it. I'm just going to say that I don't want to do it. But thankfully, I am in a relationship where that's not required. But I'm also not requiring him to do that.
What if it were required?
I wouldn't do it. I don't want to do it.
So you break up?
I just don't do it. I don't know if he's going to charge me for that. I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah.
You get fined every time you don't do it.
There are a lot of things that a guy may want that I may not do.
Wow. See,
I'm not doing it.
See, that's okay. I'm not
I
going
don't know if I could do a long-term relationship without head, though.
I mean, head is one thing, but groceries?
Yeah.
What about groceries?
You got to go to the grocery store.
You got to go to the grocery store?
Every now and then.
I'm not going.
How you going to survive?
I'm not going to the grocery store.
Groceries are
I will
essential.
do other things, but I'm not doing that.
All right.
With men, it's just no, not doing it.
I truly believe that you should know who you are before you get into a relationship.
Right.
So that you can know what to say yes and no to. But at the same time, sexually, if you're the kind of person that's going to be like, no this or no that, I think you probably need to put that on your what's the name of that to your Tinder profile.
On your grocery list?
Yeah, no, it needs to be on your Tinder profile ahead of time.
I don't do Tinder, but I do think that that's something a conversation that you have when you guys are talking about sex in the beginning. But I also don't require my groceries to be taken out. That's not my thing. Not into that.
I mean, you're changing words. And you're the play on words. You're messing it all up. I think. Let's just say what it is, because
girls like blurry lines, though. They like it's not.
Yeah,
you
because if
get
he
to hide
does
behind
it,
blurry
I can't
lines.
help
Right.
it.
You're doing it, but you're not doing
You're
it.
not
If he does it,
Right.
far be it from me to stop
so you wouldn't
him.
stop somebody from doing it to you.
I wouldn't stop him, but I would tell him that's not required.
What about on the first date?
Oh, that wouldn't happen on the first date.
No, I think it would. There's some
No,
nasty
it wouldn't.
people.
That's
I would.
disgusting.
I would, but I
If
think
he
there's
did it
some.
on the first date, then he does it all the time.
Maybe, or he's just trying to bring the big guns out for you because he feels like you're somebody
I wouldn't
special.
even be in that position on the first date.
Which one? The sex position?
Yeah, I'm
You've
not-
never had sex on the first date?
I've never had sex on the first date.
Oh, my God.
No.
Well, you know what?
seriously, come on.
This is also someone who did know that there was an after party.
Right. That her boyfriend was at.
Right.
You know what?
So-
Get y'all. And my friends from college they were a little upset that I put them out like that.
Right.
But they agreed.
Well, they out now. Their names and
Yeah,
everything.
we were all the way out. Yeah, but okay. Anyway, my point was, women got to relax. Like, it seems like women just like going at each other so hard over stuff that's not. Like, that's her husband. She's being honest. I give her credit for that.
She gonna keep her husband even if he cheats on her
Now, see, that's
and has a baby.
That's
She look. He's letting her know you gonna have to do a little bit extra. You have to do it. You
that
have
has
to do
nothing
some
to do
extra
with that.
things.
How did you
Well,
get
you got
there?
because we talking about Dwayne Wade here. This is a man of stature and power.
Here we go back with this.
Hey,
Men are as
you-
faithful as their options.
Look,
Every
she had
show,
pulled the
ladies.
big
No,
guns
man,
out.
just look.
Every show, men are as faithful as their options. Okay, so that brings
No,
me to-
I'm not saying men are
getting
only as
into-
faithful of their options.
Yes,
That's
but
not
you
what I'm
just
saying.
said that he is a man of stature and power.
I'm saying
which
keep
means
his
he has
mind
more
from wandering.
options.
Keep his mind from
But you
wandering.
just said if he cheats, that she should stay. Did you see the memes
Did
about?
that's what I say?
Yes, she said if he cheats.
I said that he cheated and she stayed. So she knows now she got to pull the big guns out. He can't be no regular head. She got to do some tricks. She got to do some
You mean
tricks.
sick of this.
you mean tell me Gabrielle Union worked that hard in her career as an actress to climb the levels through a male-dominated industry, so on and so forth, and she ain't suck a little dick to keep a marriage good? Come on, man.
Do a little something
Don't,
strange for
I
some
didn't-
change.
she didn't-
don't
she
start
said-
underachieving now.
She said.
Go all the way.
Anyway, I wanted to
Finish it.
talk today. I saw an article in this same vein. I saw an article.
You got you stuttering. You know,
I'm so sick of these
upset.
people. Y'all get on my nerves. I saw an article written by a man. Right now, he was a white man. The article was that men, basically, I can't remember the exact title of it. We'll put it on the site. But basically, it was a very irate article. Yes, there can be such thing as an irate article. He was really pissed off. He was very bitter. I shared a bitter letter with you
An
from a
angry
black
white
woman.
male?
An angry white male.
Was he heterosexual?
Never heard
He was
those before.
heterosexual, and he said that marriage only benefits women. Men should not get married. Basically, he alleged that marriage is an antiquated concept. First, he acknowledged that his parents have been married for years, at least I think 39 years or more, right? Then he said that marriage today is very different, which I can agree on. He said that people don't stay in it for the long term. You know, they get in and get out. But his point was marriage is not good for men because when a divorce happens, which is inevitable because of the statistics, men are left with financial obligations that outweigh the woman, basically left in financial ruin. And he said that men's quality of life after divorce goes down, where women's quality of life after divorce increases. Now, I was with him all the way up until the divorce, right? Because I do think marriage is very different. I'm not sure that the concept of marriage, today's concept of marriage, is the same concept that we saw years ago, right? People don't stay in it for the long haul, regardless of what each other do. No one is really dependent on the other, so everyone is very independent in relationships now. So it's easy to get up and walk out. My problem is I don't believe that marriage puts a man in a financially debunked place. I don't think that it always, there are some men that it does, but a lot of men that it doesn't. And I'm absolutely 100% disagree with him on quality of life afterwards. I believe that, and most of the women that I know that have been divorced, most of them dealt with their divorce far longer. The man moves on. Statistics show that men get married within a 2-year period, on average, a 2-year period after divorce. Men don't sit around. They get under another woman and keep it moving. So I want to just kind of see what our viewers thought. Yeah, get under or get on top of another woman to keep it moving. Men don't sit around and be single for years. I don't care about you rolling your eyes, be honest. But seriously, okay.
That wasn't an eye roll. That was an eye dart, like... I don't know, it wasn't a roll.
It was a dart.
Yeah, I darted my eyes at you.
That was a
So you don't agree? You don't? Do you agree with the writer?
Well, there are a lot of points. So
Okay.
you want to go through them one by one?
Let's go through them. Let's start with the idea that after divorce, because I don't think any of us can disagree that marriage is different than it was.
Oh, absolutely.
Back in the 50s.
Who
and 60s.
changed it?
Women, they started voting. They started having opinions.
They started having opinions.
Started talking a lot.
They started working.
Hey, I'm not being a misogynist right now.
Oh, that wasn't misogynist.
No,
at all.
I'm telling you what happened. That is what happened.
They started having opinions.
There was a time
you don't
period.
think your grandmother had an opinion?
No, ma'am. My grandmother did not have an opinion. She had a say, but it was a quiet say, and it was a quick say, and it better not repeat.
You're gonna get slammed.
I'm not gonna get slammed. You asked me what happened in the history. That's what we're talking about. Back in the day is what you were talking about. There was a time period where dudes had entire other families, and nobody said anything. You have a brother across town that you meet when you're grown. This is not. I'm not making this up. I'm not being a misogynist. I'm telling you that there was a time period where men said something and women went along with it, and that's because, like you said, the man controlled the bank account. They probably had one family car.
Right.
There was no way for her to have independence.
Right.
So I'm not saying that it was the woman's fault. I'm just saying it's a reality of our history.
But okay, let's not say that she didn't have an opinion. Maybe she knew to hold her opinion because she didn't own the bank.
Semantics.
No, it isn't. It's not semantics. That's one thing that Gabrielle Union said, is that whoever has the big bank takes little bank, was her statement. So with the man having the bank and the woman not having access to money at all, I believe that those women had opinions. They just kept them to themselves for the benefit of their family.
Same thing. That's the same thing when you look at it from the bigger picture. So I'm not saying that women shouldn't have opinions or they shouldn't have started voting. That was kind of just a funny way to say that our history was tattered. It was like, it was, the streets were dead bodies all over the streets of women who wanted to get away from their husbands but couldn't.
Could not,
and their husbands out cheating every night, every day, having another family across town, but they're stuck because they had no financial independence.
Right.
Tina Turner had to escape.
There was also a lot of domestic violence. Women were getting beat up. So women obviously had opinions, and a lot of them were beat if they did give their opinion.
Right.
Because there weren't the type of programs,
What do you tell a woman who has 2 black eyes? Nothing. Her husband already told her twice.
You know what? No, don't do that, Kevin. Don't get in that. Don't do that. Don't step into that.
I'm trying not to laugh. Do you see how I'm smiling?
To be honest,
you see I'm smiling, but I'm not laughing. You just hear it in my voice.
Why would you give me hate mail for telling you how the history of our country, our great country, back when it was great? You remember? We're trying to get it great again, but back when it was great, how could you be mad at me for just telling you how it was? Maybe you don't remember. Maybe you're a millennial, and maybe you have no idea that there was a time period when your great grandmother bet not say shit. And I'm going to say it like that. Bet not say shit. Or else. Or Elson.
That was funny.
Or Elson.
Okay, moving back. So back to the article.
Okay.
So do you think that now things have changed so much that men are on the are left with the short end of the stick when a divorce happens initially?
Yeah.
Financially.
Yeah.
Explain, Kevin, who has never been married before.
How you gonna start his statement over there, Kevin? What's your opinion?
Because that's how women do, right? They set you up with the slander, right? And that's exactly because there has been a culture, as much as we've tried to uplift women more recently in society, right? There has been a culture of women who feel entitled to all of the happiness in the relationship. and the man is only there to serve, provide, and die. Right? And so...
Did you say guide or die?
He said die.
Die.
Okay.
I said die.
Oh, my God.
And so he comes to her here, happy wife, happy life, right? This is what we hear.
Yep.
Right? Because it's all about you. The wedding is all about you. The marriage is all about you. Meanwhile, the guy who feels emasculated, who can't get a word in,
oh my God,
and who's only there to tend to your every little need while you do no cooking, no cleaning, and provide no reciprocity into the relationship until he's ultimately miserable, divorced, and poor and lonely. I think
obviously Kevin knows the writer because they have the same opinion.
I think that is the perspective of the author, and for me to be someone who isn't married, who has no, I seem to know a little bit.
No, you don't. Where did that come from?
Where does it come from?
What was that?
Am I not in the same world that you are? I'm on Earth.
But okay, you're on Earth, but I'm saying, at what point are women who are not cooking, the man is just there serving them? What world are you living in? We are in Atlanta, where men don't even want to get married, period. They're playing the game.
That's not true.
They're playing the field. They're having 5 and 6 women on the side.
They're trying to catch a good wife left and right. That's what Big Game Matters is all about.
You know what? You can't even...
Trying to catch a good wife. That's why I told you I'm going to slut walk. I want a good woman.
Why would you want a good woman, Kevin? If you feel like all she wants to do is
you trying to tell me I'm not entitled to a good woman?
I'm asking you. You just act like that you were just that anyone who gets married this woman is a dictator and she's telling him what to do. And
no, I'm saying that there is a culture of women who believe that's how it's supposed to be.
No. I think it's all women. All women believe these days now that they have to control their man's testicles in order to really have a good marriage. They believe some kind of way that because of the past, they can't allow that shit to ever happen again. So now we have to completely control a man, and they do. It is emasculating. That's part of the plan, because if you do, you want that stud, you want that guy that's going to go out there and hunt and kill and everything.
Yes,
but then when he comes home, he can't be that. So you have to find ways.
How can he not be that? What is he?
Because you want him to be the beast and the prince.
You'll have 2 black eyes.
So if he is the stud, he has to be physically abusive?
No, that's figurative, Christal. Why do you have to? You're trying to put words in my mouth?
Because that's a lot of women are in. They don't get any type of gray area, mid ground. They don't get it.
Okay, explain to me what women do.
A killer kills.
That emasculate.
A killer kills. He can't not kill, or he's no longer a killer. He can't be a part-time killer. You're a killer or you're not a killer. But you want a killer to come home and be sweet and be nice and listen to you and empathize with your day. And that bitch at work that's driving you crazy. Like, a killer don't want to hear about no bitch at work that's driving you crazy.
Listen to your stories at the nail shop. He don't give a fuck.
What does a killer do at home? What does that look like?
He has to kill. So you better find something for him to kill.
Grunt.
At home?
You better find something for him to kill. There's plenty of stuff to kill at home. You better find something for him to kill and make sure it's set out and let out.
I had no idea this conversation was going to go here. Just by the way, you guys are absolutely freaking ridiculous.
You knew what you was doing, woman.
Y'all are freaking ridiculous.
I'm a killer, by the way. We can go back. We can go back.
Killing right now. You're trying to.
We can go back, though, because I think the question you asked was, does a man have it worse after the divorce?
Yes.
Is that where we started?
That's where we started.
Okay. So Kevin gave his answer. Let me go back to that.
Kevin's answer was the man has it worse during the marriage.
Well, he kind of altered the answer from the question, but
he just was like, fuck it, it's all bad. We are getting short end of the stick all the way around.
That's the way it is.
I don't disagree with Kevin on the during marriage. I mean, there are some things that I didn't agree with him on, but the idea, and I'm talking about in a general blanket statement type of way, it's become the norm for women to feel like they have to be in control. Otherwise, the guy's going to ruin this shit.
And you know what? I'm going to say this too. Just to throw that in there. I'm going to say, I think that's a mindset of American women. I've noticed that international women, not so much.
Yeah, they're still in the 50s. Maybe even earlier.
Not so much.
Order you a bride from Russia. Why don't we do that? Let's order you one.
That's what I do now.
You see how she drops you? Right. How far you got to go down to get a happiness now? You can't just find a nice.
You just said that.
Now I gotta
you can't
order
just find you a nice white girl. You got to go get you a Russian.
Nice white.
Right.
All right, look. No.
And you know that's the ultimate slander. If a black woman tells you to go be with a white woman, that's like.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's like go to hell.
We don't want you anymore, okay?
Right.
Yeah, right. As soon as you get that white girl, your black Twitter your shea butter Twitter will be on fire. It'll be on fire.
I'm like, hey, Christal told me to order this bitch.
Can I answer the question?
Come on with it. Be honest.
Okay, so after the divorce, yes, I feel like the dude has it worse. Much worse. And you're saying that they get back in a relationship. Yes, but do you understand? Okay, so any man who's ever, and I haven't, by the way, but any man who's ever paid child support, I have many friends who do.
Okay.
They have to have enough money to take care of their life, their family's life, who they live with or whatever, and then also somebody else's family in their life. Mm-hmm. That's very difficult to do. But imagine if you had that plus alimony to tie into it. And women get this benefit. I don't know why. This is not 1950 anymore. Women make money. So why is there even alimony? Why does it even exist anymore?
Because alimony exists because at the time that you're in the marriage, there's a certain lifestyle that you become accustomed to.
We're accustomed to that shit too. We can't do it no more because we're having to pay you half of our money.
Well, I didn't get child support throughout my divorce. First of all, I know a lot of women that don't make as much as their ex-husbands. A lot of women. Like I was in a group of women that most of them after the divorce, a lot of them weren't working full time or they were working a job that allowed them to take care of their children to the best of their ability. Like they might have gotten, work a part-time job so you can be there when your children get out of school, or you work a job that allows you to be flexible with your schedule so you can make sure that you fill in, because husbands can't do that. They have to go to work full time. The wife has to get off when there's, a parent-teacher conference or something like that. So a lot of women have those type of jobs that just complement their spouse's job. And then when that spouse leaves for someone else, they're left with this job that really doesn't accommodate the entire lifestyle, right? So they end up having to move. And a lot of times the man does not initially pay child support, or maybe he fixes his situation so that he doesn't have to pay child support to the level that he should. So there are a lot of women that are left basically without the skills to get a better job immediately. They may have to go back to school or try something different, and they have to take care of the children, because 9 times out of 10, the woman is the one that has the children. So now your situation was different. There are some men that have the children, but in most situations, the woman has the children. Children are expensive as hell, and even if a man is paying child support, a lot of times men are sneaky with the system so they don't have to pay child support at the level that would allow the woman to continue taking care of the children at that place. So in my opinion, that's absolute foolishness. If you're a man and you're by yourself, you move on, you see the kids every other weekend, but I have the brunt of raising them, providing electricity, food.
You do realize we got away from child support. I just use that as an example so people would understand, because everybody isn't familiar with what alimony is.
Right, but
I use child support as I'm talking about alimony because
alimony only happens when the woman has not been working, or she's not working at the level. She's working very little. Right. Most of the time, my family, my uncle pays alimony to my aunt, but she didn't work the entire time they were married.
But okay,
as of his choice, his right. choosing, he chose for her not to work. So how is she at this age?
Is the expectation though? And alimony is a very official word, right?
It is.
But just from people that you know who have divorced or whatever, and the situation went however it went, I think there's still an expectation of alimony, even if it's not officially, presented by the court. I think there's an idea that a man is supposed to continue taking care of this woman until she finds another suitable mate or something. That's not true in your mind?
But at what point is that fair if you just all of a sudden decide you don't want this anymore, but you made this person accommodate their lifestyle to yours?
Okay, so you're saying...
We know that men make more money on the dollar. You brought that up earlier, right? Women earn like 62 cents to every dollar. But it's
63 cents, but you can try to keep driving it down until it feels
63.
more
We'll go
disrespectful.
63. Okay, but most of the time, the wife does not have the same level of job that the husband does.
At what point, though? Because it's like you talk 2 different languages. You'll say
really?
Yeah, because you'll say like this is unfair, and men have it so much better after the marriage. But then on the next breath, in another topic, you'll be saying we want equality. Women should be treated exactly like men do.
I never say that.
Oh shit! Well, excuse me.
I don't. I like being treated like a woman. I like my doors being open. Okay. I don't want to be treated like a man. I say that all the time. I'm not into that, but I do know women that say that.
Right.
I am just not one of those women.
Okay, so I feel like after the divorce is over, I think that the man is still tied to that woman financially
Okay.
for a long time. I can't give you the
In most cases, I think if you're a man and you come out positive on financially on
Right.
that side, and that's a rare case. Like
Right.
Kendu and Mary J, that was definitely the pendulum starting to swing the other way.
No, that was just lucky as shit. That's
Hey,
what that was.
it counts on the board.
Right, but I think that the majority, what the writer was trying to say was that in majority of these situations, the dude is financially still tied to that woman. But guess what? There's another woman, and that next woman wants the world too. So now you got two women, and I didn't say needy. Y'all brought up needy in the live chat before we started the show.
No, I didn't bring up needy. There were other people that suggested that.
And that's a fair point. Women are a little more needy than guys are. And I know you're like, my dude was sick and he acted like he didn't have legs no more. I get it. There are going to be some times when your king is down and he can't, you know what I'm saying, rule the
Needs
kingdom.
his ego stroked.
You know what I'm saying? You got to make him chicken noodle.
Ridiculous.
You got to make him chicken noodle soup and suck his dick. You got to do that every now and then. Why is that? Why is that
It's
gross?
sick.
Why
Nobody
did you just cringe?
Because it's sick. I don't want to do that. when
It's not sneezing. It's
It-
gonna throw up eventually, but it ain't sneezing. But look
that
though,
was so cheesy, y'all. Like, oh my God.
Till it-
Keep it moving. Okay, so what about after money out of the way? He also suggested that men have a harder time finding happiness and the quality of life.
I don't know about that necessarily.
Okay.
Because I think everybody is different. I think everybody is different. So I don't know about that particular part of it. But I do feel like didn't he also start with marriage as a financial agreement? It's a business decision. It's not.
Yes, he did.
That's very true also. I mean, until very recently, marriages weren't even looked at as a love thing at all. That's
Right.
that's
I
a
agree with
very, very recent.
Right. Are they
idea.
now? Do you think they are now? I think
He doesn't.
He doesn't. And there are a lot. Actually, there were some of the viewers on the Facebook Live. We did a pre-show kind of review to kind of let people know what we were talking about today and get their feedback. And there were quite a few people on there that also felt like marriage is a business. I watched the Gucci Mane marriage this past week, and everybody kept saying that their love was so dope. But when you looked a little bit further into that statement, they thought it was so dope because they had so much money. So, oh my God, he left her with $2 million. And
That's
then
what the whole show
she
was
flipped
about,
it to,
though,
yeah,
was
the marriage was really, to
just
me, and I'm not saying that it wasn't. It was very white, very iced out. But it was all about this.
Some of them dudes had that same yellow Air Force One rubber look.
I didn't see that. Basically they just focused on how much money they spent. And that seems to be the celebration, right? Everybody was celebrating, ooh, that's dope because she has this much money and he bought her a brand new Bentley, right?
What was the $2 million thing? Were you saying?
So he went to jail and left her supposedly with $2 million and she flipped the $2 million to $10 million. So everybody is talking about
That's genius. If you have $2 million and you can't make money off of it, then...
Well, a lot of people would have just spent the money.
So when he got out, he now had
more money than when he went in, which
he
is
had more money, and then he was able to even give her back some.
That's dope. I'm not if that is the case. I don't know if that's the PR story, but if that is the case, that's dope. But my thing is this: are we at a point where marriage? We started out with the question: is marriage more beneficial to men than women, or is it more beneficial to women? But are we at the point where we just celebrate the business of marriage? Because people love that. I mean, all people were just relationship goals, and people say that about Beyonce and Jay-Z constantly. But is it because of the love, or is it just because they're both financially successful?
Well, I think people celebrate wealth and success anyway, and love. So it's easy to say that, hey, these two have Rolls Royces and they're married and in love and, boom. So I think that's an easy thing to say. But I think marriage is actually about working together. And that's the part that I don't really people are talking about, she flipped the money and he gave it back and da-da-da. But most couples today, they're not working together. And
right.
I think that's part of the reason why the divorce rate is so high.
I agree with that.
Why did he give her $2 million?
He was going to jail.
Right.
And he, I guess, needed somebody
I
to
think he
hold
was
his
going
money.
to jail for throwing a bitch out of his car, though.
Yeah, but so he didn't have to give her anything
Allegedly.
back. She made $4 million. That's her money. And she gave me his $2 million back. I saved this for you, daddy.
I agree with you. I agree with you. But I mean,
she might have gave him something. Like, here's $30,000.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Here's commission on your money.
Right. But she has a business. So I don't even know if that's true. Because I think that people,
it's a good story either way.
It's a good story. It's very hood rich. But I don't know that... I think people are celebrating. I think they confuse love and success.
Are Jay-Z and Beyonce in love?
That's what I'm saying.
Have there ever been any visible indications that they're in love?
they have a child.
Yeah,
together.
that's just fucking
They sing songs together.
Yeah, but that's just business.
That's definitely business. They go on the road together. I don't know.
You
I don't know.
can't hold hands and sing songs. That's not love.
They don't hold hands and sing songs. He gets on her singles, and it makes it go number one.
I'm just saying, like, have we ever seen any visual indications?
But what is that? You don't know what that is. I don't know what a visual indication of.
Is that like hidden in the Beyonce documentary or something? There,
it's in Jay-Z's comments that he just put out on Tidal with his last album that he acknowledged that it was fake and they had to start all over again. So I don't know if it's still
fake. The original relationship?
He agreed that the whole thing was just fake. And I'm paraphrasing. He said, it was not built on, and then they had to tear it down and start all over again.
Sounds like back in the day when you had arranged marriages.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is good for business. It's been good for business.
You know what? I've heard a few women say that more recently, that they're only interested in dating someone who wants to get married, like who's ready to do it now. If you ain't ready to get married right now, then don't even ask for my number.
That makes sense though. If you're ready to get married, that makes complete sense.
I agree.
Though.
They're being honest with you. But I think I've also heard when I was dating, I heard a lot of guys tell me they wanted to be a power couple, and I thought that was kind of whack. Like they're like, yeah, you and I get together, we'll be a power couple, and I'm like. I mean, I definitely would like to be a power couple, but I just thought that was whack for them to say initially. Like, is that why you're attracted? Because you think this is a good look?
Yeah, too soon.
Cool. Yeah,
definitely
it's very. I'm like, if we accidentally become a power couple, cool. But if we're going into it,
so we can have this image together.
Yeah, that just feels like he doesn't want to be.
I call bullshit. I call bullshit. So when a guy says that he's interested in a woman because of her financial ability or her ability to provide for the entire family, now that's too soon. Women start out with that shit. You only date a dude in a certain kind of car.
You're right.
Yeah, and it's okay for. I don't date no broke niggas. Like y'all say that. Y'all literally will tell a broke dude, "You're too broke for me." You won't say it like that, but you'll say it in so many words.
No, they
Ladies, struggle.
They'll say it in real words
like that.
I have heard. You know what? I have a friend. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest because I don't think we can. This show is to help people, right? So we can't help people if we're not honest. I have a guy friend who he has a couple of jobs. He's Haitian, so he has a couple of jobs. Shout out to Rondu, the Haitian king. It's one of my best friends. He said that he was on a date with a girl and he drives Uber. That's one of his hustles, right? Mm-hmm. And the girl absolutely was disgusted at the fact that he drove Uber. Like, it turned the whole date bad because she was like, "Oh, you drive Uber?" Oh, like she did not expect him to be driving Uber because he's this promoter and does a whole bunch of other stuff that's a lot more flashy that fits the power couple. Mm-hmm. And I guess you don't think of your partner driving Uber. You think of being a power couple. But I was like embarrassed. I couldn't believe that she would say that to him. But I hear, from guys that women are very vocal. I have not wanted to date a guy because of different things, but I would never say that out loud.
You hear that women are vocal?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I would never say.
So what's the problem then with a guy wanting to get into a relationship but saying, you know what, I want to love you, but I also want to make sure that you can be a power couple with me because I don't date.
That's not what he said.
But that's what he meant. That's what women say when they're like, I don't date dudes with broke tennis shoes. He ain't got no Yeezys. Like, there are women who are like that.
Nobody says Yeezys.
You know what I'm saying?
There are women who won't date you if you don't have an iPhone.
Yeah, like just.
I've heard that.
Real shit.
Your watch doesn't look nice enough.
Real shit.
Like, I don't.
I've heard
but
that.
It's the Galaxy S8.
I've actually had a woman come into my house at a family get-together and go around the room and talk about all the guys and say why she wouldn't date them in a sense.
Oh my God.
And what it really came down to is she wants a guy that's a player in the game is what she said. That's her words.
What is her definition?
He's out there, he's doing it, he's flashy, he go in the club and spend money. He'll but I'm saying like really two things are wrong here. First of all, so she's picking a guy based off his financial means.
She's picking a guy based on what it looks like he has. Because I guarantee you his bank account does not
fair
probably
enough.
support that.
Fair enough. But then also a guy who's still out there moving and shaking. Like she said, again, also a mover and a shaker.
Yeah. She wants a guy that other females would give her props for.
Yeah, of course.
It's an immature woman. She wants a guy that other females would give her props for.
But there's nothing wrong with a man wanting to make sure that you're financially able to match him if y'all move it a little further.
That was part of Kanye's thing, though, right?
I think she should want to take care of
She ain't got to borrow money. That was Kanye said.
And I mean, she had a lot of hurdles to climb to be with her, if you ask me.
What?
she had a lot of hurdles to climb to be with her. That wasn't an easy.
You talking about who? The girl in your example?
No, Kanye's situation.
Oh yeah.
To me, there are a lot. Yeah, there are a lot of hurdles.
What hurdles?
I mean, it's one thing to say your woman been with a lot of dudes, right? If you've seen some of these dudes and you've seen the result of what the dude and them was together, like you've seen it all. It's hard.
I don't think Kanye cared about that because I think that but that's a whole other topic.
It's visual,
I think she was
though.
the epitome of what he thought was a woman, and that's why he was okay with it.
Example, right? You hear a story about somebody who hit a kid at school. A teacher hits a kid at school, right? And there's two sides to the story. The kid was acting disrespectful. The teacher was acting disrespectful. It doesn't matter once you see that video, am I right?
Right.
It changes everything. Like, oh shit, he hit the out of him. Like it changes everything. Same thing goes. Kim was in a video
with Ray J.
And I don't even care. It doesn't even really matter who it was. But just the fact she was in a video and it was graphic and it was complete, the entire thing, beginning to end. They may have edited it, but they didn't edit much because there was a lot of tape left.
And you know what's crazy is those videos really never die.
Never. It'll never die.
Because we're still talking about that shit.
Her kids.
We still have that in the back of our minds.
Her kids are going to see this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think that there's anything wrong with a guy starting his conversation. Now, if he's ready to get married, like women are ready to get married, like you're saying, to me, it's no problem for him to be looking at what she's capable of doing outside of whatever that's a quotation
turn off for me.
But
I think what's attractive to me is a woman's mindset. If you can see that she has a certain mind where she doesn't mind working, she doesn't mind contributing, she has a sense of ownership for the marriage or the relationship, that's the type of person that I'm interested in, right? But it's a lot of women that are just there to be served.
But what are they doing? Because everywhere I look, women are like killing it.
All of these chicks are doing are fucking your man and cutting him off.
What?
That's it. That's all these new chicks know how to do is fuck your man. I cut him off.
What do you mean by women are killing it?
I blocked him, girl.
I'm talking about women are very, very, there are a lot of female entrepreneurs. There are a lot of female business people. Like every female I know is holding her own.
Every female you know is holding her own.
Yeah, but a lot of them are single. A lot of them are single.
They are single. A lot of them are single. But that would say to me, if she can do that on her own, what more would she do in a relationship?
Because women act like having a career and a man are they can't do both. Having a job has nothing to do with whether or not you have a relationship.
I'm going to tell you from my perspective, I don't agree with that. But what I do think is this, and I'll be honest, because I was one of those women for a very long time, may still be, I don't know. But the thing is, I feel like I can put energy into my career, and I know that there's a payoff, right? I know there's a payoff, because if I put X amount of hours into working, I will. It's like a very simple formula. You can put X amount of hours into a relationship and still end up with a very, very short end of the stick. So it doesn't make sense for me to exert as much energy into a relationship as it does my work. And I mean, that's honestly how I felt. Now, once you get to a point where and especially I'm talking about new relationships. No, I'm not going to exert as much energy in dating as I do my business. I'm an entrepreneur. And my business has been what's taking care of me and my children. So I don't know you. I'm not putting as much energy into you as I put into my business. You don't qualify as worth it.
Putting it into yourself, though, by putting it into the date. Like, you look at dating as specific to the other person. But what I'm saying is part of your life balance is your relationship.
Right.
So you're saying I'm not going to exert that much energy. You should, because the amount of energy you put into this man is really something for you. It's not altruistic. You're not doing it for them, for their benefit.
Yeah, but you don't know if that person's going to be worth it or not.
You're never going to find out if you don't put any effort into it.
I'm just
you
saying,
only get what you get out of it. Again, reciprocity.
I think you have to be very careful from my perspective, especially because I have a lot to lose. And I think all of us do. Your time is very important. It's very valuable.
That is the problem. That's the problem. Women are not willing to risk anything. That's why you are upset with a guy who starts his conversation off with, how much do you make? Or can we be a power couple? You're not really willing to risk anything in this relationship. You kind of just want to play with this man until you find out whether or not he's the right one. But dudes always have to risk everything every single time.
How?
Every time a man gets in a relationship, he's risking everything, because we have to basically show the foundation. We have to provide. We have to be providers. We have to already know where we want to do in life and who we want to be. We have to have all that already ready. We have to risk everything. We put it all on the line.
How do we not have to have that too?
Because y'all get to be like you and be like, I'm not going to exert all this energy into you yet. You have to show me you're the one. Get on a knee.
He's not exerting energy into me either.
Bullshit. You're not going to be with a man who's not exerting energy into you.
I'm certainly not. I'm certainly not. And you're absolutely right.
I'm glad you stopped yourself yourself on that.
No, I
just
mean,
knew
that's
you was
true.
gonna-
With a smile. She did with a smile.
I just knew you was just gonna speed right past that stop
See,
sign.
I'm being honest. I'm not. If he's
That-
if he
that's the
doesn't step
dilemma.
up and show me that, then trust me.
That's the dilemma.
I have my fallback game is immaculate.
That's the dilemma, though. And you're saying this like you have two sides to your head. Like you're really gonna sit here and say that your fallback game is immaculate. Like
It is.
You're doing crossovers and shit.
I
but
do.
you're not paying
They're dope.
attention to the fact that there's a guy on the other side who's like, I'm not doing that either. My
See, that's
fallback
what
game.
and that's what I'm talking about. The cutoff.
Oh well.
The cutoff. The go and go.
Oh, well.
I'm not responding to the text anymore.
Well, then all you got to do is just wait until the one that does. And
It'll never be.
ultimately, that's true, ladies. I'm proof. There was one that did, that showed me that. And then I was like, okay, but these ambiguous people with the what are you doing text and all that, it's just not worth it. It's so not worth it. Keep it moving, sir.
Can we go ahead and say on air that what are you doing and good morning beautiful are not negative things to say to a
I
woman?
saw another post about that. Stop it,
That
guys.
is telling somebody good
I'm
morning
gonna
beautiful
keep
is
talking-
not bad. What is wrong with you,
It
woman?
is so fucking ridiculous because they all say the same thing. It basically shows you're not serious.
Oh my God.
You're not serious. You're just being,
Because someone that wakes up and thinks of you first thing
every
is someone that's
guy
not serious.
says it. Every guy says the
if they have an
same
Android,
shit.
if
You
they
know
have an
why?
Android,
Because we
baby.
all speak English.
It come.
I'm sorry. Some
There are only
guys are
so many
not as
words.
articulate. I'll give you that. Some guys are not as articulate as others. But goddamn, appreciate the gesture. It's fucking good morning. Drink your coffee and shut
and
the fuck
beautiful.
up.
And beautiful.
Right.
I don't appreciate it because if you're gonna send that to 5 different chicks,
How you know?
because that's what because I get them from 5 different guys.
Doesn't
I
mean
get
that-
from 5 different
I'm
guys.
sorry,
That
someone
math
hurt
doesn't
you.
work out for me.
No one
I'm sorry someone hurt you.
Someone hurt everybody, Kevin.
Right.
See,
Somebody hurt
I'm
you.
sorry. I'm
Everybody.
sorry
That's
to all of
ridiculous.
you.
I just don't want that. But
I feel you.
and guys that are smart or that are serious, they'll say, okay, no problem.
Well, Christal, I'm sorry to say it, but I think we kind of proven your topic when you asked about the financial responsibility and why I think we did. I think we sold it up there at the end when I was telling you that guys have to risk everything from day one, and women have the ability to kind of play with it and
there are a
decide.
lot of women risking a lot. I'm
like
just
what?
not one of them.
Like tell me what a woman risks day one.
You know what? We're going to leave this up. I think we should leave this up to the viewers, to the listeners, to let us know what they think. Because I think we're going to keep going back and forth. I think the listeners, you guys let us know. We're going to put up a poll, right? And we're going to find out on the poll who benefits better.
They gonna lie on the poll like they did on the last.
See,
But this is not just women, though.
they
This
don't
is not
believe
just
that
women.
means greasy, guys.
This is not just women. MusicLoveLifeShow.com. Scroll to the bottom. You'll see the poll listed there. And
Right.
please vote. You can only vote once, but please do vote that one
Please
time.
vote, guys.
Guys and
who
girls.
benefits? I'm going to go. All my
And don't
women's
lie.
groups vote. Who benefits most from marriage? Men or women? Right now. Now that we've talked about who benefits most, I have proof that it's men because women, like myself, are investing in AdoreMe.com because AdoreMe.com delivers lingerie to your door every month, right? So you get a new outfit that basically a new panties, new bra, matching set. So basically your man is happy because, you come to bed in matching bra and panty, or they even have like lingerie, like garter belts and all the sexy stuff. So once again, something that we do for you all
Right.
to make you happy, right?
I like it. I love the website. All the stuff. They have so many options.
You were enjoying looking at the women the last
No, the outfits. There's so many options. I was imagining my woman in all those.
You were imagining
in all those
her
outfits.
in absolutely all those outfits.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just saying. That's how I feel. My woman find like a parking ticket though, so she can pull it off.
Okay, I ain't mad. You got him in check, girl. Got him in check.
That's not being in check. That's a compliment. Here
No,
we
that
go.
is awesome. I love that. That's awesome. That's what you should say about your woman. That's awesome.
Oh my God.
Hey, ladies. So I have the absolute hookup for all our listeners today. First of all, there is an amazing special going on with Lavishly Luxe Hair, right? So they have bundles, they have closures, they have lace fronts, they have all of it. Most importantly, they specialize in a custom fit lace front. Like, seriously, you see the ad right here, this girl is actually a Caucasian girl, and you can't tell that she has a wig. It'll be your secret because their lace front wigs are actually measured to fit your exact scalp. I promise you, there's nothing else aside from just getting your own natural hair and rocking that's going to look more natural and more realistic than this. You guys can follow them on Instagram. You can go to their website, and if you order your custom wig or your bundles by the end of October, you can use this code to get a 10% off off coupon. So you want to use the code BCAware17. Again, that's Lavishly Luxe. You can find the website on our website. Go to them, look at what they have. Girl, I promise you guys are going to be thanking me when you get the hookup. You will see mine in a couple of weeks because I'm so excited about working with this company. Remember, BCAware17 is your promo code to get 10% off from now through the end of the month, okay?
Well, I mean, so you don't have to tell people?
No,
okay.
that's
And,
not
I hate to do this right after our sponsor.
Don't you do that.
No,
Don't
but
do that.
do you just say you don't have to tell people? You see what I'm saying? Like, come on. This is what I'm saying. You don't have to invest anything in this relationship from day one.
That's
You
some
can
bullshit.
make me believe.
You don't even have to tell me if that's your hair.
You can
That
make
is
me
such
believe that you
bullshit.
have beautiful, luxurious hair that I can play in. And
First of all, most women do have beautiful, luxurious hair. It's just that they may not want to put heat on their hair. Ladies, come on now. They don't know why we do the things that we do. I have very long hair.
No one knows
but
why
I
you
don't.
do the
I
things.
don't. But you know what? Men love it. Men talk all this trash.
why do you need to put heat on your hair for it to be beautiful? I think that
When you put heat on your hair, it damages your hair.
you don't need to put heat on it. I like afros. I like the afro puffs. I like all that. I like the
You know what? This is a total different segment. But anyway, Lavishly Luxe. Ladies, check them out. They definitely will be able to hook you up and get that inquiry in before the month of October is up.
Definitely,
So you can
definitely.
get your special.
But also tell them that you're wearing a wig.
Don't tell nobody. It's none of his business unless he's paying for it, ladies.
Wow.
He gonna ask you straight
I'll
up.
put
Yeah,
that
is
in
that a
there.
wig? Yeah, okay. All right, so I wanted to talk about something real quick because on my timeline, I've been seeing a lot about. Have you seen any of these new rappers that are coming out on your timeline? There's like
This
everybody
year,
seems
this
to be
decade, like it's been bad for a while.
Yeah, but it keeps getting worse. I feel like, right? Like there's so many. Do I want to say once a month? It feels like there's a new rapper coming out with some shocking video. Okay, so like throw up the video, and it's one of one guy was in a wedding dress, and he was like giving
Yeah.
head to the machine gun. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know what that imagery is about. The other guy, Lance from Cincinnati, he looked like one of them nigglets from Tales from the Hood.
Now, what is his point? What is he doing in this video? I'm confused.
I literally don't know. Like, like if you go and listen to the record, actually, because he sounds like Beavis and Butthead. I swear to God.
But it looks like is he suggesting people burn themselves? Like, is he suggesting?
It's that shock. And then there's even like Danielle Bregoli, the Cash Me Outside girl.
Right. Yes,
She's rapping now.
Yeah, I heard.
Right?
I heard
And
that.
some of her videos, some of her imagery is very shocking as well. And it's that
What
kind
is she
of
doing? She's like a white girl that was on Dr. Phil, right?
Yeah.
I was joking. She's the Cardi B killer.
I do think that the labels are like, because I feel like they should have
Not
gave
gonna
Cardi B
happen.
another record by now.
No,
but
seriously.
Well,
Like,
I think that
I've
Cardi
heard
B-
3 or 4 records from Cash Me Outside Girl, and they
Cardi
actually
has
don't.
other records. They just may not have taken off. That doesn't mean
I
that.
think that
that
I
they
haven't heard
haven't
another hit
taken
from
her
Cardi B
record.
yet.
I think they're positioning
Another
this young
hit from
lady.
her?
They're positioning this young lady to be the Cardi B killer. And I'm not
makes
saying that
no
she's
sense,
capable.
guys.
How does that not make any sense? What do you mean?
Because that's not even the same audience. That's not even the same audience.
doesn't
Cardi B has managed to take over Nicki Minaj's audience. Trust me, Nicki Minaj's audience is not following this little white girl.
You know what's funny
Cash
about
Me
that?
Outside.
Nicki Minaj never had an audience.
What?
She didn't have
Nicki
an audience.
Minaj's audience was white girls, though.
Nicki Minaj's
No, it
audience
was not.
Nicki,
Not in the beginning.
Listen, Nicki Minaj's audience was pop culture audience. They like anybody
Not at
who's
first.
at the top of pop culture.
But not at first. Nicki Minaj's audience started out very urban.
Are they called Barbies?
They're women. They're black girl. They were black girls
And
that
gay dudes.
wanted to look like her, and a lot of yes.
Okay, so you're telling me that Cardi B's fans are the Barbies?
Yeah. She actually, they call her Barty. They're called Barties, actually.
Okay, but is that just a play on Barbie, or are they saying I
think
used to be a
no,
Barbie?
I think that first of all, Cardi B's audience is everybody at this point. She has a #1 record, and everybody
Right.
loves her, right?
Right.
So she's crossed over. But my point is, I think people actually are giving her a shot at that. To take her seriously. I don't think this Cash Me Outside girl she's a novelty that's never going to be taken seriously.
So Cardi
I
B is
think
not a novelty.
I think Cardi
Cash Me Outside
actually,
is.
I think so. I think Cardi actually has an opportunity. Now we'll see depending on
Because
the
she's a
second
dope
single.
rapper? You see what I'm saying?
trying to
That's the
Right.
definition of novelty.
I think that she put in a lot of hard work, and I think she's serious about her craft.
As a rapper?
I don't think this white girl is serious about her craft. And I'm not saying that because she's a white girl, because I'm a big fan of
white people.
Of white people. But I just don't think
white
that,
people.
I do.
fan of
I
white
have
people.
I have a lot of white friends, but I don't think that she's not serious about rapping. I think Cardi is. I think this was her opportunity. Now, I'm not speaking to her level of... I'm not speaking to her being a lyricist or anything like that.
Right.
But I think for what this new culture wants, if she keeps going, she's a hard worker.
Have you heard a song by the Cash Me Outside girl?
I have not.
See, so you don't know how serious she takes it. I'm telling
Your
you,
daughter's probably bumping that shit.
I'm telling you that
daughter
she's.
is not.
I'm telling you that she's
I know
really.
that my daughter is not.
I'm telling you that she's really trying to rap. I'm not saying that she's good or bad. I'm saying she's really trying to rap, and and she's dropping music. So I don't know that she's a dope lyricist or anything, but what I'm telling you is that I think that they're not that far off. It's just that Cardi B's black, and people think she's fine and pretty, and she's got a big following, so you take her seriously. But this girl,
I don't think people took Cardi serious at first.
I still don't think they.
I didn't like Cardi B at first. I love her now, but I didn't like her at first. I thought she was
Kevin is the
annoying as
audience.
shit.
See?
He
I did.
realized.
But Cardi B's audience is love and hip hop.
No, it's bigger than that. She's bigger
Cash
than
Me
Love and Hip Hop.
Outside girl, her audience is Bad Girls Club.
She's on Bad Girls Club?
No, she's not on Bad
Her
Girls
audience?
Club. I said that's her demo. That's
What's the difference?
yeah.
I don't know what the difference is with those demos.
yeah, well,
I've never watched Bad Girls Club, but I know it exists.
I don't know what the differences in that demographic, but the point is Cardi B is bigger than Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah,
She's bigger than that. That's
Well-
not her audience. Her audience, she has a number one record. When you have a number one record, your audience is just pop culture. She's got people that
True that.
probably don't even know about Love and Hip Hop that
Yeah.
are her fans.
Yeah.
They don't even know that's how she got her exposure. They don't know that because they just know this song that won't go away that's
Right.
on the radio. I don't think that girl is going to have a number one record. So I think when you have a number one record, even if you are a one-hit wonder, you're still in a different category than someone that doesn't get to that level.
But I think, to Kevin's topic, both of those women use shock value to start their careers.
what was Cardi's shock value?
She was on the internet talking all kind of crazy. Her whole thing was she was going to say something shocking to you. Whenever she did like a Instagram post or whatever, she would say the wildest shit, or she'd stick her tongue out and make a lick and
Right.
like she was always trying to be it was like some ignorant thing she was going to say. I suck that nigga dick because I suck dick. Like that was
I
her
think that's
thing.
just who she is, though.
It doesn't matter if it's who
Hey,
she
but you know,
is.
I think
don't
that's
think that's
actually when I
shock.
fell in love with Cardi B was when she started talking about Peter Gunn's dirty feet.
What did she say about Peter Gunn's dirty feet?
I think that's what started it off, man. She was saying some shit about Peter Guns and she brought up his dirty ass feet because he was known for like walking around on the floor barefoot.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. It's like, and I don't know. I was about to go there, but yeah.
She got real emotional for a second.
I'm confused.
No, but I think that both of them started their careers off with shock value. As you know, anybody on Love and Hip Hop is into shock value. Come on,
True. I'm not mad at that.
that's the whole show. So they speak to the same topic, and I wanted to bring us back because I know we got kind of far from where you were going though. But shock value as far as rap goes, I don't know that I've liked any song that started off that way. I don't like Bodak Yellow.
Really?
I don't like it.
I like that record. I think that shit is dope.
So does everybody else, but I don't. It's just.
You know what? I didn't like it at first. I admit I didn't like it at first, and I heard it so much. This is the thing. I respect the fact that she's being herself. I think there are a lot of young women that relate to Cardi in a way that I don't and never will, and I shouldn't. I shouldn't.
Right,
Like
yeah.
if I did, there'd be a
Okay.
problem, right?
Right.
But there are a lot of 20-something. I mean, I think she's authentic. I think that's why people love her. She's not afraid to say, yeah, I fixed my teeth and I'm trying to take care of my family and I don't really have a lot. I'm not polished. This is where I'm from. And I think people were tired of the overly polished Nicki Minaj, I'm perfect and I'm a Barbie and I'm not a real girl. And I think that's why it opened up the floor for Cardi B to come in, because people were like, wow, she's just being real. She's she's not, her English may not be the best. She may say stuff kind of weird, but she's being herself, and she's a hard worker. I think hard work always pays off. I don't know this Cash Me Outside girl. I don't want to know her, but if she puts in the hard work and keeps going, who knows?
Hard work does not always pay
I
off.
think the authenticity
I think
is
hard
something
work.
that
If you
people
get
are
a shot-
definitely buying into.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like you have to.
On both of them, Cardi and
Cash
is
Me
it
Outside.
Bad Barbie? Cash Me Out? I don't think she doesn't go by Cash Me Outside girl.
She's
That's
authentic
just what
though?
she's
You
known.
think she's authentic?
I think that Well, she's a teenager. She was just on Dr. Phil for disrespecting her mom along the way.
So I think she's just trying to be famous.
Well, that's proof though, because none of us know her name. I don't think she's
doing it to be famous, but I think once she caught on that it getting her famous, she just keeps going with the shit.
That's the definition of doing it to be famous.
I think her entire thing is just for fame. Like it's nothing else.
Definitely the definition.
She probably didn't even look at her contract before she signed it. She's like, whatever.
I'll do it. Why not?
Maybe so. It just don't feel as desperate as some other people that are trying to be famous.
Really?
Now the guy with the video that we just saw that was very shocking. I don't know what the fire thing. I don't even know I don't know what was happening there.
Lance, he just got that look in his. He looked like Silk the Shocker first album cover. You remember that shit?
I'm just like
we climbing out the TV.
The worst album. They had the worst album covers in the entire world.
Hot Boys did.
No Limit.
No Limit.
No Limit had the worst album. They were always really. But anyway, another topic.
But first of all, I thought the guy in the bridal gown was Young Thug. So my apologies to Young Thug.
No, that's New Age. His name is New Age Jerk Boy.
Okay.
Swear to God.
New Age Jerk Boy. I do think that he's trying to bite off Young Thug because we know that Young Thug will wear a dress and
but
nail
so did Jaden
polish.
Smith. Is Young Thug copying off Jaden Smith?
I don't know, but you know what? I asked my daughter because I was like, "What's going on with all the rappers your age wearing dresses?" And she was like, "Andre 3000 did it," and I was like, "Damn it, no, he did not." She was like, "Mom, yes, he did."
No, he did.
He did. I knew he did.
But he's very dope lyrically, though. So
I think Andre is just eclectic. I don't think it ever came off as effeminate, though.
No, I don't ever think anybody thought Andre was.
There's a few rappers that hell, Kanye wore a dress. I think he called it a kilt, but
Yeah.
I don't speak up for Kanye's.
They'd be like he's Illuminati or whatever.
So Kevin, what's your gripe, man? What's your gripe with the shock value video?
Well, I understand what these rappers are trying to do, right? They're trying to build an audience, and you do that by providing enough shock value for someone to say, "Hey, come look at this," and getting a quick reaction, right? So that happens time and time again, and all of a sudden, so you got a bunch of people looking at you do this shocking thing in a short window of time, and all of a sudden, you have a career, right? Now your record is out there, your name is known, and people want to book you, right? But I don't think there's no longevity in it.
I can't name one person.
You grab people, and you don't like. I don't know any of their lyrics. I know Cardi B's more because I've heard it 100 million times already.
I mean, but that's a perfect example of somebody that I don't think she's using shock. I mean, I guess in her personality.
She did originally.
Originally in her personality, but it worked. I mean, if you guys are saying that, then she's an example of when it does work.
But it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same like what we're seeing out of these other guys with. Like, dude is in the wedding dress giving head to a
I don't even think
gun.
But the funny thing is, I don't even think they're trying to become. I don't think that longevity is their goal. I think they're just trying to be popular.
Maybe.
And there's a difference between being popular and being famous, right? Because popular just means you're hot right now. You have opportunities if people are looking at your YouTube to make some money. You can make some money on your Instagram if your Instagram account's popping.
Right.
But it's not famous. You have to have a thing that you do in order to stay famous. Like you have to
stay famous. I don't think to get famous.
Not to get, but I'm saying the word famous suggests it's you, it's not an accident. It's like, okay.
Yeah, but see, I feel like that same thing with Cardi B. I felt like she got popular and famous, and then she was just throwing up ideas of things she could do. Like
she was always doing music, though.
Was she?
She was. When? Nobody was listening to it.
Somebody, no.
She was a stripper. She was trying to rap.
I heard one of her mixtapes. I just wasn't crazy.
I had some guys send me some early release stuff to see if people would get on board with it. I was one of the feeler groups, yeah.
Okay.
And it was garbage.
But just because it was garbage doesn't mean that she wasn't trying.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I was talking to Tehran from Rock City, and we all know them. Group, very, very successful songwriters, some of the biggest songwriters in the world. And he was giving advice to my daughter who wants to be a producer.
Right.
And he said, you know what? Get the whack stuff out the way. He was like, go ahead and get started because you're going to have to get the whack stuff out the way first, right? So in that situation, he was saying, I wrote so many songs, and now when I look back on those songs, they were whack as hell, but it got me started. If you're producing, all your beats are not going to sound like a No ID or a Kanye beat off the rip.
Right.
You got to play around with it. So maybe that was Cardi's playing around with that you heard.
Possibly.
You know what I mean? It's part of her 10,000 hours.
But what it felt like to me was they were just trying stuff. That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, I feel like her career is, we tried something. Oh, this one stuck. Let's go with it. Now,
That's how I felt too.
I'm a rapper.
Yeah.
It didn't feel organic at all. It felt like they were just throwing stuff up. She's going to be this, she's going to be that.
Before she got on the show?
No, this is after the show. This is after people knew who she was, but she wasn't like a household name yet.
She had another record on one of them. It was called Lick, I think. Yeah, it was called Lick.
Okay.
And it was, I think one of the Migos were on there. And it was, but she was rapping like the Migos.
Probably her boyfriend.
And all that.
That's her boyfriend.
I felt like this song stuck. So now, okay. And I could be totally wrong. I'm willing to admit.
Maybe she found her sound. I mean, it could have been that she was trying to find her sound.
Or her thing, is what I'm saying. She found her thing. She wasn't sure, I'm famous. What can I do now with this fame? And I feel like rapping just was one of the things that worked out. So let's run it.
And part of being an artist is finding a lane that works. I mean, hell, they even did that with India Arie because she wanted to sing folk records, and it was like, no, you need
most artists. Another
producer.
What they start may not be where they want to be, but it may be what the public wants to accept from them.
So, as a publicist, though, because I think you have a different perspective than we would on this, are you saying then to not do the shock value things? You have a client that you're trying to blow up.
No, I'm not. I think that. I don't have a problem with shock value things. I think that as long as whatever you're doing is in line with where you want to go, that's fine. So, for instance, what's this guy's name again, Kevin?
You talking about New Age Jerk Boy?
Yes. If New Age Jerk Boy, if where he wants to go is not far from this bridal gown and giving the machine gun head, then I don't see anything wrong with it because it's basically introducing people into where he wants to go. Now, if he wants to be a doublemint guy, you know what I mean, like be this all-American crossover hit that has the ability to do movies and get brand sponsorships and things like that, then he's probably messed himself up. So I think you have to know what your goal is as an artist, as an entertainer. You have to know what your ultimate goal is, right? And then if you do something for shock, make sure that doesn't take you too far from where you want to go, because you can do certain things that will put you off the radar. Like Sprint's not going to pick him up as a Nike's not doing a deal with him, right? No,
right.
So like I have one of my friends manages a new group. Shout out to Team New Era. And they're young guys. They dance really well. They have huge Instagram and YouTube followings. But it's fun, right? They have mostly kids following them because, kids are huge consumers, especially online. They're the most active participants online. So one of the guys just got a deal with Nike. So they're doing things that keep them in line with where they want to go, right? So I think you got to be really careful as an artist to, if you want the attention, make sure that what you're doing for the attention doesn't take you too far from the mark of what your ultimate goals are.
I think that's an important point too, because I forgot to bring up another new rapper, because I can't even really pronounce his name. It's like the XXX Tenation or something like that.
I know you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Well, his shock value in his video, he hung a white kid.
I saw that.
I saw that too.
Right? But he had a different types of a conversation about it. It was art to him. He was trying to say, hey, like, let's talk about the race relations, so on and so forth. At least he had a message behind that conversation. The other people are just shocking you and walking away.
You want to get a sponsorship ad with anybody, they pull up a little white kid hanging in your video, it's a wrap, sir.
Yes, it's a tough uphill battle.
You got to deal with white supremacy.
I actually have a different perspective on this. I'm wondering who the hell's shocked by any of this anymore.
Yeah, we are getting quite numb at this point.
Like, I don't think when I saw the guy giving head to the M16 or whatever, I don't remember what gun it was, but
it sounds so serious, but you guys, it really happens. Like, look at the video. It really happens. If you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you need to go to YouTube and actually watch the clip.
Or go to our website and click on videos. It's all there on the website, musiclovelifeshow.com. I keep having to tell Christal that everything is on the website.
I'm you know what? I'm learning. I'm not the biggest technology person.
It's fine. But but I'm not shocked. I thought it was stupid looking.
Right.
Maybe how many years ago? I would say maybe 5 to 10 years ago. I was like, wow, they're doing that on a video. You know what I'm saying? That's odd. But now I'm not shocked. There's really nothing. I saw the little white kid get hanged, and I did actually go for a second. But then I was like, Fuck it, they got
hanging a white kid.
Yeah,
happens every day, B.
I mean, somebody actually was killed on Facebook. You know what I mean? Like, we watched that. So, I mean, at this point, there was actually one video where a girl, I think, was being raped. Like, all this kind of stuff is happening in real time because people have the access with their phones to record everything. So I think we are very desensitized.
Right.
It's almost scary to think about what people will get excited about.
I think that at this point, shock value has to also be teamed with consistency. So if you're the guy who's gonna give head to a machine gun while wearing a white dress,
a wedding dress,
you need to be like that every single day. You need to have a white. That should be your uniform. You need to walk around Atlanta with a white dress on. You can't just wear it in the video. You know what I'm saying? Like for it to work now, you have to be shocking all the time, and that's pressure. That's a lot of work.
But you know what? A lot of people have I call those big personalities. There are some people that, they will do anything to get attention.
The internet personalities.
They will do anything to get attention. And actually that works. The over the top. My favorite internet personality, and I really want to meet him. If anyone is listening that knows Joanne the Scammer, I absolutely love him.
Him?
Yeah. It's
Joanne the
Scammer. Yeah. You guys have to look up the Instagram. I'm going to show Be Honest and Kevin now in case do you guys not know about him? He's awesome.
His name is Joanne?
It's a guy that's dressed
like
up as
a guy in
girl.
a wig with a fur coat.
Yes. I have
seen him.
I am in love.
But he kind of looks like Cruella de Vil.
I love him. And he does all these little skits of this, just hood ass chick that wears the fake blonde hair, and he keeps the mustache and goatee on.
You seem smitten. Is it like a romantic interest?
I would love. I want to
like Clutch of Pearls.
I love him.
Is it a romantic interest?
No, it's just funny. I think he's hilarious, and I think because he goes over the top, and it's like
is it shocking?
It's just funny. He's actually really funny. And his personality is a female that's scamming guys to get money, right? It's hilarious. And so he'll talk about the fact that he's getting ready to scam this guy out of thousands of dollars. It's funny, guys. Look him up, Joanne the Scammer.
Sounds hilarious, Christal. It sounds hilarious.
But I'm just saying, if you're gonna do that, you have to have a personality that people connect with. And I think he has 2 million followers. I think he blew up when Black China shouted him out and did one of his skits.
Right.
But he's dope.
After the shock is gone, though, what's left? And that's basically what I think we're all saying, right?
Well, he's got quite a few beauty sponsors that pay him to.
Not talking about him. I'm talking about the dude with the dress.
I don't know about the new jerk age person.
Or the Catch Me Outside girl or whatever, Cardi B. If she didn't have any talent after the shock is dead, then what? So it's important, I think.
I don't even know if this generation focuses on, what is talent? What is that?
Another day, I guess.
It's your gimmick. It's your thing. It's
your
right. That thing you do.
The fact that you get on Instagram and talk crazy and do. I saw this kid that went in Chick-fil-A and stood on top of the cash register and started taking his clothes off and was just screaming and hollering, and people were laughing, and he got a bunch of likes. I mean, he got a lot of views and a lot of likes.
1 million followers.
Yeah.
I saw this guy was he poured like a carton of milk on the floor in the grocery store and just slid down the milk.
Just to get followers. I don't know that we're talking about talent. I think we're just talking about attention. Like the kid in school, remember the kid in school that would do anything to get attention from everybody else? That would be annoying. Yeah. The jokes would be oh my God, he just wants everybody to look at him.
In one way,
everybody is that now.
In one way, I do think it's smart to use what otherwise might be considered a flaw.
Annoying
is now a virtue.
Yeah, so, did y'all see the girl who was willing to suck a dick if she got 1 million follows or something like that?
I did not see that.
You didn't see that? Yeah, no, this is real. She was willing to give head to someone.
Oh my God!
On air.
On air.
Or just
no, I don't remember who it was or what the exact details were, but I know there was head involved and 1 million followers. So if 1 million people followed her, she would do it.
Okay, all right. That's
but
wow.
I mean, porn is so accessible. I can see that anywhere.
Yeah, but I mean, all you gotta do is follow.
Flip to the next one. But all you
gotta do is follow. That's all. It's not like she's asking for any money. She's not asking for any of that. She just wants to follow.
But she's not gonna suck your dick.
But she's just saying all you gotta do to see me suck this dick is click like or follow or whatever.
Was she close to 1 million?
I don't remember. I don't. Yeah, I'm on there so little.
At that point, was she trying? Was she rounding it all? Was she bringing it home? Was she rounding fourth base at that point, or was?
I hate to think that she was at 990. Like, gotta get over the hump.
She's very.
How
close.
do we do this?
Well, it's not like she hasn't sucked that many dicks together. She's got to get likes or follows. Y'all are missing the point of this totally. It takes no work to get likes and follows. Really, just everybody who comes by says, "Man, I wouldn't mind seeing her suck a dick."
But you know what? There are people that actually sit around and be like, "All right, we're going to get a bunch of followers. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to strategize.
Every follow I get, I'm gonna suck a dick." Now that's different.
Right.
That's different.
But
that's
you know
different.
what? I know girls that basically this is tried and true. Take a picture of your ass. You're gonna get a lot of followers and likes.
Hands down.
Hands down.
Yeah.
So if you take one and you look sexy and you know, then you get even more. It's the same picture, and they're like, if I stop doing this, my followers are gonna go down. But the thing about it is, all your followers are like men from overseas that are probably trying to
shit on you,
pay to have you shipped over to Dubai.
But
so
that's what they do. They do the ass on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
You get more followers, and then you tell them go to the link in the bio.
Yes.
And then
everybody goes.
Send PayPal or whatever. They have like
girls are
for access to my private Snapchat.
Yes.
Some shit like this.
Girls, it's working, and you know, God help them, God bless them. They're sending out. This girl posted her.
That's why they say sex is power.
Sex is sex sells. It's the biggest.
Not
seller.
sex, but women's sex. Guy sex doesn't sell as good.
Yeah, dicks.
It's tough to sell that shit.
Dicks are free,
but women's sex sells very easily.
But that's because you guys like the illusion.
It has nothing to do with us.
What are you talking? Is it women buying that?
No, we're about our respect.
Yeah, I'm dignified. I don't like. Yeah, I want you to love me for me.
Respect my body.
Right.
But I'll tell you what. Well, I'll tell you what's not a gimmick though.
Oh, that's right. Cool Mill. Yeah. Cool Mill. The album Duality. Diversity 2. The album, I can't even talk right
Diversity?
now. Yeah, the album is called Diversity 2. It's a follow-up from his first in Diversity 1, talking about the duality between himself and his alter ego, Spazio. Which actually, part of the reason I really support this guy and I think it's dope, 'cause most rappers don't have a scholarship in their own name.
I don't think they do. That's true.
Actual scholarship. Like you can go apply. People are being awarded. Like there are kids in school right now that he's helped pay for their college tuition. And I think it's dope. So I donated my face to the cause.
Your face.
Yeah, I donated my face to it. Cause like
I wish we could zero in on Kevin's face right now. So
what,
you guys
what do you mean? What do you mean?
I don't know.
Because all right, so someone has for the last, I don't know however long, I feel like it started with like Half Baked or Blue Streak, some shit like that, when people started calling me Dave Chappelle or the guy from Nutty Professor. You know, so any role Dave Chappelle was in Nutty Professor too.
Like,
right.
Women love shopping.
Right. Exactly. Was it Reggie Warrington or some shit? I think was his character's name.
Reggie, yes.
But yeah, so since those movies came out, somebody has been stopping me in the street damn near on a daily basis. Hey, do you know who you look like?
Right.
Yes, I've seen my face before, motherfucker. Like, but if I said if I could get $1 for every time that someone has told me that, then I would be rich, right? But instead of me collecting those dollars, I said, we'll donate it to the Cool Mill Scholarship, and we're gonna put some people through school.
So, are you playing the part of Dave Chappelle? Is that what he said?
I think what he's saying. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
I'm going in.
We're gonna figure this out for you, Kevin.
If they agree that he looks like Dave Chappelle or Reggie from the Nutty Professor, Dave Chappelle in character, he wants them, if you think that he looks like that, to go and donate $1. Is that true?
That's true.
Okay. And
that's not going to work.
If you've ever said that I look like Dave Chappelle or any other character, donate $1.
I'd much rather follow a girl who's about to suck somebody's dick than to
You're right. We should
you need to suck a dick.
Oh God! Now I'm being me too. I'm being sexually harassed.
If you suck the dick, I'll give $1. How much would you give if Kevin sucked the dick? I'll give $10.
I would give $10.
$10?
That's crazy.
That's it. $10.
That's crazy.
How much you think your dick sucking skills are worth?
I'm not about to answer that question. What the fuck? See.
Oh my God.
Is this what women go through on a daily basis?
Yes,
There's
deal with it,
being
Negro.
sexually
No,
harassed.
yes. But that,
I'm uncomfortable.
I don't
Your
know.
talent is to look like Dave Chappelle, and I'm supposed to give $1
That's
for
not a
that?
talent. I really wish people wouldn't even say the shit, but it's some shit that I
that's
can't
just-
avoid.
it's
You can't
just-
run from it.
I don't even know. Good luck. Good luck with that.
Man.
Good luck with that. What I you know what? I got some good news. I'll share.
Coolmilio.com. Yeah.
I got to share.
No,
with
say that again, because he's one of our sponsors, so we'll make sure we get that. What is it?
Coolmilio.com. COOLMILLYO.com.
Cool.
That is a dope thing, and I think people should support.
No, what idea did you have? I'm sorry. I just,
No, I didn't have an idea. I just had something to share.
Okay.
Speaking of scholarships, I have something to share. My son got a scholarship for the entire remainder of his college tuition,
wow.
Dope.
which is amazing. Thank
Round
you.
of applause.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's a
Congratulations.
literary major. Actually, he's contemporary literary major and a writer, and he's literally he goes to this Ivy League school that's super expensive, that's ridiculously expensive. And I thought he was gonna have to come home. I'm always like, you're gonna have to pack your bags up and come back. But he got a scholarship, and actually he decided that because he did get a scholarship and it's been such a struggle for us to do this, that next year we're gonna donate $500 to another kid.
Wow.
So I'm
Dope.
so proud.
So who's got total for 500?
Yeah, we're gonna put that together.
That
We're
ain't,
gonna
that
put
ain't nothing but
together.
God. That ain't
Isn't
nothing
that
but
awesome?
God.
Isn't that, you know what? He's being sarcastic, guys. Anyway, I'm so proud of my son.
I'm proud of him too. That's
Because I was
Yes.
like scared. Like mom was like getting ready to be the Uber driver every night, doing all kinds. I'm gonna start bartending and
you and the Haitian dude. Y'all could,
yeah, it's like
All you
doing it
gotta do is
together.
show your ass and get some likes.
yeah, just. I'm not gonna say
Hey.
it to you because they might just.
Is there like a
someone might
window?
take it disrespectful if I say it to
Is
you.
there like a window on like how long a woman can show ass?
No,
though?
there's not a window. As long as the ass look good. Yep, yeah.
Nah, that's fine.
no
Older
I
women
think,
out there.
how old is
Yeah.
Nicole Murphy? Because a lot of people like her.
Love
she's
Nicole Murphy.
She is phenomenal. Like we got to put I'm a female, and I'm saying she is absolutely phenomenal. She's immaculate.
Right. And she's older than me. So
No, she's 50. She's,
Older than all us.
yeah, she's 50, and she's had 5 children. To add insult to injury, she's had 5 children. She's gorgeous.
So I think people still like that ass.
Black girl magic is strong.
But I just wonder if, does it pay the same? Like 21-year-old great ass, does it pay the same as 50-year-old great ass? Is there a difference?
I mean, you might
price,
be in the
management?
MILF category.
Well, beyond MILF, she's grandmother age. She's like G MILF.
Yeah, well, so much you.
Oh, what? Oh, okay. As long as I'm not in the G MILF. Yeah, I don't mind being in the MILF.
I mean, I'm a
category.
granddad, so I don't know what you're talking about.
But I'm saying I don't want my ass to look like a grandma's ass.
Oh no! I don't want a grandma looking ass, but I see that. But there are grandmothers now whose ass doesn't look like a typical quote unquote grandmother
Hers,
ass.
if she becomes a grandmother in the next,
And you know what
Yeah,
though?
she's
I
not
want to
in
make
danger of that.
old people grandparents again. Like old people don't want to be grandparents no more. Nana wants to be young and hot and in the
Nana
streets.
wants to be in the
She like,
club.
Nana got it on the thong, girl.
Nana out here.
Nana got it popping.
I saw something earlier with the grandma that said Nana, and she did not look like, and I was like, I had to look at the picture twice. Like, and then they're making up names like Glamma instead of Grandma. Like, it's foolishness.
Yeah, man. Shit is
It's
too
hard
much.
getting old as a woman, though.
It's
I
hard
always
getting
say
old for
that.
everyone. Why you
No,
always make
it
everything
isn't.
about?
It's older women watching Atlanta Housewives and be like,
I'm
that's
telling you.
it.
There are days when I wake up and I have a pain somewhere that I didn't even realize was a place.
But I'm saying men are still considered sexy as they get older. Women are not. Like older looking men are sexy. Denzel Washington
Distinguished.
can still get it. Like to this day, I don't give a damn. He is probably, I think he's like 61 or 62.
Yeah, but when we
Cool
think
with
of
that.
older women, we think of church mothers and lunch ladies. We don't think
Exactly.
of
Baby, don't use my wash rag. That lady. Nobody
I'm
wants to have
telling you,
sex
it's
with her.
difficult as women. Women are like, because there's different things. Gravity affects us. You can see the gravity differently.
Yeah.
You know, it's just different. Plastic surgery, all that kind of stuff.
Sorry, double standard. It's they're here. We have to accept them. Y'all got to get all your good stuff out in the early years because get older, we trade y'all in.
So Stone, I'm glad he didn't have to rely on.
Yeah, that's dope. Congratulations, and I'm proud of you guys.
Thank you.
Because it's not just him; it's you too.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
it's
I
team
appreciate
effort.
that. It's team effort. So, but I'm excited because that's like he's so good at being able to like say I want to give back to others. So because this was definitely a huge process. a lot of stress, a lot of tears, a lot of hard work from myself, his father,
Right.
my family, his dad's family, all went into this. So we're excited about being able to give back.
I think that we should, when it gets a little closer to it, we should start a GoFundMe for the listeners of the show if they want to throw 50 cents or $1 in or something.
$500 really is not a big deal. And that can basically $500 pays for books. That's what we do every year.
Right.
$500 pays for college books. And, I know that a lot of kids are, doing entrepreneurship things and things like that here. And I think that's awesome. But there's nothing that can take the place of getting an education. So if we can help a listener do that or a listener's child, I think that would be awesome.
That'd be dope. Yeah. Let's put that together.
Yeah. In addition to cool Milio.
We can do anything we want to do. So, yeah.
And if you guys want to, we should put up a link too for Kevin and Cool Milio. So,
yeah, definitely. So
we got that going right now.
If we're gonna do a poll too. If you'd rather see Kevin pretend to be Dave Chappelle, or
I'm not sucking a dick, dog.
I'm just saying, man. Keep the options open because you never know how much money that these people are willing to spend.
For the kids.
Hey, look,
You know what I'm saying?
no disrespect to those whom suck dicks, but I will not be joining the dick sucking ranks.
Man, you gotta never say never, man. That's the way I look at it.
Never.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man. I don't want an apprentice.
There's a price out there, Kevin, and you're talking that shit, but there's a price out there.
Nah,
it may be way out there, but
I eat the box for charity.
That ain't
that's not. You do that shit anyway.
You do
Sure
it for
do.
free.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Dicks are free.
Right. What's your talent? We gotta see this talent. Do you look like Dave Chappelle? I'm not spending money for that shit.
I'm just slang this dick.
You gotta at least do an impersonation or something. You can't just look like him.
You gotta
you know what I'm
do
saying?
something.
You gotta do something else. Put up a video.
Yeah, you should put up a video.
See, we're helping you, man.
Maybe that video-
We're gonna keep you off that dick. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing right now. We keeping you off that dick.
Be honest.
Oh, thank you. Right.
Seriously,
It's so
you should put up a video.
Right, do something.
And if people think that you look and sound like Dave Chappelle, then they should say yes or no, but they should donate in order to vote.
Right.
Something. Have some type of call to action.
Ain't no talent in a flick. You could just Photoshop some shit. We never know.
You know what I mean? People have tried to be my manager and shit like that. That's normally the next
Go
thing.
get one of
that
them
they-
people and have them help you push.
You can host
Fucking
parties.
managing the damn thing.
Listeners and viewers, we appreciate you guys tuning in to another episode of Music Love Life. Make sure you go to the website, musiclovelifeshow.com, where you can connect to everything Music Love Life Show. That's videos, merchandise, the Facebook page, any of our social media. You can go there and find the connection to any of that stuff. I'm just trying to save you some time.
Yeah.
You know what, you guys? I agree. I'm learning. I'm going to get all my platforms linked up so I can see everything. I can watch, I can listen, I can use it as I'm working out on the treadmill. I'll be listening through the website. But we also, you know what? We got to start pushing our merchandise because we got to. If you want to look, actually, we're going to wear
the Music Love Life Show shirts.
Yes,
Right.
the Music Love. Because really, like, what Music Love Life encompasses everything.
Everything. Right.
Yeah.
So also, do not forget about the poll.
Right.
The poll will be at the bottom of the website.
Who benefits most from marriage, men or women?
Absolutely. And we'll see you guys next time.
That's what's up.
Peace.